Well, when word first came down last week that Egypt had just sworn in nearly 100 female judges to a leading Egyptian court, it felt historic. Egypt's president had called for women to be appointed to Egypt's two central judicial bodies, the State Council and Public Prosecution. Bodies that until recently had been almost exclusively male. While the appointments are breaking barriers, critics are sceptical that it will bring about any real meaningful change. Well, time now for the exchange and my conversation with one woman who's raising awareness about discrimination regarding judges on Egypt's top courts. Omnia Gadalla, thanks so much for your time. Firstly, you chose a very male-dominated field to study law. Explain why.
In fact, I was inspired by many women judges in different areas of jurisdiction. So I thought that justice, especially women empowerment, is very needed, especially in the MENA region. So I also think that our countries need to develop more in terms of rule of law, in terms of encouraging investment and enhancing the overall legal scheme for trade and international investment.
And as I understand it, you graduated from one of Egypt's oldest universities in 2013 at the top of your class, which is just incredible. But even with such outstanding results, you found it tricky to get a job. What were you told?
I was told, sorry, we don't appoint women judges in the State Council, neither in the public prosecution. Despite this is in total violation for the Constitution, for the international conventions that Egypt is already a member, a signatory party of each of them. So it was very disappointing. I was very frustrated. It was the very first test of the law that I've studied, and I've dreamed to teach it for female students. So I started Her Honor Setting the Bar initiative to combat such a discrimination against Egyptian women.
So just because of your gender, they said you can't work here?
Yeah, even though I was at the top of my class, I was even more qualified than many other male applicants. However, they refused and insisted to refuse my application. And also the other subsequent judgments assert the same. And I lost almost 4 of my cases, and I still have 2 cases are being reviewed before the courts.
So you decided to sue the State Council as part of a series of discrimination cases because they wouldn't hire you based on your gender?
Yeah, exactly.
Where do the last 2 cases stand right now? How far are they along?
Actually, I have one of the hearing sessions by the end of the month, of this ongoing month. And one of the cases I have filed 1 year ago, and I didn't have a set date for one of the hearing sessions so far. So I'm still following.
Recently, we saw 98 women appointed to the State Council. It was broadcast on national TV, and these women were appointed at the behest of the president. What did you make of that?
Of course, it's a remarkable day in the Egyptian history and for Egyptian women to see women judges appointed in such a judicial authority, which refused and insisted to refuse women judges since its establishment 70 years ago. However, despite the glamorous and how it seems promising, I don't think it's what we really call for. I call it as a Caesarean appointment, since those women judges were not appointed normally as their male counterparts. The issue is that discrimination still remains because every female law graduates is going to apply. They will be encountered by no. We don't allow female applicants to be judges. So they were transferred from the already judicial authorities to the State Council. So it was not the normal appointment for male judges.
And even with those 98 judges, it's crazy to see that the percentage of women in Egypt's judiciary is less than 0.5%. So there's still a very long way to go.
Yeah, in fact, currently, at the time we speak, there are more than 153 women judge amongst 22,000 male judge. So the percentage is about 0.6%, which is the least in the MENA region among other Arab countries. For example, I'm going to say compared to European countries or the American states. So we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, less than 1%. Incredible. Given how rare it is to have women in courts, it obviously means that women's in everyday life are impacted, right? Whether it be women trying to get married or divorced or sort out inheritance or deal with domestic abuse and violence. Talk to us about the ricocheted effect.
In fact, those issues are very evolving in the Egyptian community. We have bills so far, proposals for laws to be promulgated for combating violence against women, especially in domestic violence. We have many women empowerment, especially economic empowerment for those who are divorced and encounter different social issues. I think the appointment of women judges might be like the spark that's going to be. Those women will be supported by women judges if and whenever they were reviewing their cases. Even though they were not appointed normally, however, I think it's promising, and I will keep calling for applying the rules of constitution and for international convention to have normal appointment for women judges.
Omnia Gadalla, we appreciate your time and we wish you all the best as you continue to fight for equal rights for women. Thank you.
Thank you so much.